Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know it's been a little while, but I'm getting back into the swing of things and I wanted to start off with this quick video for you. So this is my go-to everyday makeup look, you could call it. It's just the products that I use on a daily, the ones that I know work. So to start off, I used the Primark Nourishing Facial Oil that contains almond, rosehip, apricot oil and marine extract, so that's really nice as a base. It helps me keep my skin all glowy. And then I used the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Primer. Now I'm just using the Sleek Makeup Bare Kiss Illuminator. This really helps brighten my skin up underneath my foundation, along with the oil that I used. It really helps brighten everything up. Moving on to foundation, I mixed the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation and also the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Foundation together just to get my right shade. Although you will see it is a little bit off of my shade, but it worked. I made it work. And as concealer, I'm using the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in the shade Fair, I believe this one is, just popping it underneath my eyes on my lids as a primer for eyeshadow, and I'll pop this down the centre of my face as well to help brighten everything up. Once that's all blended in, I'll use my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Just dust that underneath my eyes, on my eyelids, and then I like to pat it in all over the rest of my face to make sure that I don't move the foundation underneath and that everything's all set in place. So once I'm sufficiently set, I move on to my eyebrows. Now, I've changed up my eyebrows a little bit, so I thought I'd keep them separate, and then if you'd like to see an updated eyebrow tutorial, I can do that for you. However, moving on, I'm going to bronze, well, not bronze my face yet, but I'm going to use my bronzer as an eyeshadow just to add a little bit of colour into my crease of my eye. I find it adds some nice dimension to my eyes then, so they don't look too plain and all kind of bland. Moving on to actual bronzer, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion Bronzer. This is actually the same bronzer I used on my lids as I did just show you. But yeah, now I'm going to use this to bronze up my face. Just the outer perimeters. When on a daily, I just like to keep my skin looking warm. I don't like carve out my cheekbones and anything specific. I prefer to keep my face nice and bronzed, nice and glowy, just nice and warm really. So that's what I'm doing here now, just using a large fluffy brush to dust the bronzer around my face. I make sure I bring this one down onto my neck, obviously all the colours match. I also pop it on my nose and underneath my lip just to contour my lip a little bit. But now moving on to eyes, I use the Marcel eyeliner. I believe this is in the shade Espresso, just to line my top lash line, as I feel like it makes my eyes nice and smoky and it darkens up my lash line, which I like. Moving on to blusher, I'm going to use the Sleek Blusher Trio. I'm using this end shade, I think it's called Chantilly. It's more of an orangey shade, so I prefer this than the pinkier shades that are in the palette. Just dust this everywhere, and I also like to pop a little bit of just the rest of the blusher on my brush on my nose. I think it gives me like a natural looking glow. Now I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Illuminating Setting Spray, I believe this is, just to set my face, make sure that the powders are all sunk into my skin and my face doesn't look powdery. Then moving on, I'm using the Sleek Solstice Highlight Palette, which is obviously my favourite, as you can tell. I'm using the lighter shade and the pinky shade just to mix. I'm going to pop this all over my face. I basically bathe in this stuff, so popping it on my cheekbones, tops on my cheekbones, just above my brow, pop it on my nose, down the centre of my nose, on my cupid's bow, basically everywhere. So onto lashes. I don't usually wear fake lashes on the daily. I do sometimes if I'm feeling extra, but not that often. So instead I just use mascara. This is the Dior Show Iconic Overpower Mascara, which is amazing. I'm currently running out of it. So, it makes my lashes look really long, but you'll be able to see that my lashes look rather short at the moment. I don't know what's happened, but they just weren't working with me on this day. To finish off, I use the Soap & Glory Sexy Motherfucker Lip Gloss. I love the stuff that has plumping agents in it, so it makes your lips feel tingle and feel nice and plump, which is really nice. To finish, I use the same setting spray as earlier, just to set everything in place one last time. And then this is the makeup look complete. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a good evening, and I'll hopefully see you in my next one. Bye!